Hello, beautiful people. So today I am taking a video of me painting an idea that I have had in my head since I was young. And there's my friend Kayla. She says, "What's up?" The idea I had since I was a little kid was just that we were all kind of equals. I never really thought that anybody had lived a different life because of their skin color or just how they were raised, like what neighborhood they grew up in. I just didn't ever really think about that people are living different lives and they have to go through different struggles. So even with that ignorance and not thinking that people live differently than I do or my family does, I still had this vision of the purest and truest and most peaceful world in my head, which brings me back to my original inspiration for this painting today. Whenever my mom was a nurse, she had a contest held at her job that was for the nurses' kids. So they would take home a piece of paper that had like a drawing on it, and the kid had to like color it, and then the parent would take it back and enter it into this contest that the hospital was hosting or whatever. So my mom brought back one of the coloring pages for me to enter into the contest, and whenever she gave it to me, I knew exactly what I was going to do and how I was going to color it. I remember first coloring the world, of course, because those are iconic colors, green and blue, like you just think Earth. And so I did that, and then whenever I was coloring the people, I colored them in different color outfits. I did orange, reds, pinks, purples, blues, just any color that was in my Crayola packet. And when I got around to the people's skin tones, I used, the flesh colored crayon. But whenever I was doing it, I was like, this isn't the only color people are. So I, of course, added the brown crayon, incorporated a little bit of the black crayon. And looking back at that, that was kind of a really insightful thing for me to incorporate or recognize at a young age, since not everybody is the exact same tone as my skin. So back on that coloring page, I remember after filling what was inside the lines, I felt like the background needed something extra, so I went crazy and started just drawing random squiggly lines going straight horizontally. And I want to say that these squiggly lines of different colors kind of represent just good vibes and the aura around the earth. Not only did I add black background because it was outer space, but I also added stars and hearts and just little dots here and there. And I didn't stop there. I even added a tree, and I remember this moment of drawing this tree because I remember being disappointed in myself and thinking that tree looked awful. But now looking back at the tree, it's actually really not a bad tree. I don't know why I was so hard on myself. And after submitting the piece to the hospital, my mom shortly brought back my drawing and announced that I was one of the top 5 winners. So shout out 4th grade me. Along with crushing everyone in the contest, I also won a tree, and it was a dogwood, and I actually planted it at my church, and I named him Mo. But sadly, Mo didn't get enough sunlight ever, and so he just stayed a small tree for a really long time. And shortly after that, my church actually sold the property, and the construction people came and dug up all the trees. So bye, Mo. Sad day. After that contest, my mom framed the photo that I colored that won, and we have had it on top of our entertainment center for a really long time to represent how cool I am, I guess. Honestly, that might have been one of the reasons why I am such a great artist today, is because I won that contest and I started to believe in my art abilities more. I know I just described a whole drawing to you and not even my painting that I'm doing right now, but I just wanted to give you that background story because it basically looks the same, just more a more mature version of the photo, I guess. But I'm going to let y'all peep that at the end so y'all can see the comparison of between 2020 me and 2009 me. As for the painting, I followed the same concept as that color page, and so basically I stuck with the whole world and with the people around it, and I wanted to put them in, the colorful clothes like I did originally, and had everybody have different skin tones and different hairstyles. The background is the part of the painting that is definitely the most different from the page that I did before, but I decided to do clouds as the background because I just feel like clouds are just so calm and soothing, and that's kind of the feeling that I wanted with this piece. I just wanted to feel peaceful and at zen. I love this painting more and more as I was doing it because I just felt like everything was coming together exactly how I wanted it to. But honestly, the hardest part of this painting was the people's feet, not gonna lie. It's just like the shape of the feet, like floating in air, is just really hard for me. It's hard to make it feel comfortable, I guess. But I feel really proud of myself because I didn't let anything faze me or stop me from continuing and finishing this painting. Since I'm new to the whole scene of recording me painting, I always end up missing a part of the video, like where did this painting come from? But as you can see to the lower right side of the painting, I already painted grass and flowers or like leaves. And so yeah, I wanted to add that to have like a nature feel, kind of like give some closeness of the painting and make it feel like you were close to the flowers and the earth was more so in the background. And to even give the painting even more depth, I wanted to add stars as is the ongoing sky turns into space. Ironically, even though the feet were the part of the painting that were the hardest for me, I did this little detail on them to make it look like footprints on the foot, and I just feel like that's one of my favorite parts about this painting now is that I can see each and every one of their little toes and every one of their little footprints, and it's so cute to me. And I apologize for this lighting change. I recently moved into a new home and I have been doing this painting at a couple different locations. So I set up as best as I could with a lamp and it just wasn't bright enough. But like I said, nothing was going to stop me from this painting. I set up in a different location the next day where the sun is definitely coming in a lot brighter than where I was. And then I began to outline all of everything. Before I had started the black lines, I had second guessed myself a little bit halfway through, thinking, I don't know if I should have added the black lines because I feel like it makes it feel really not 3D, I guess. But I feel like as kept coming along, it definitely got better looking to my eyes, and I was just like, no, I'm really happy that I outlined everything. Like, I feel like it really made everything pop. And I finally start wrapping up my painting and finish the flowers, and of course whenever I'm done with the painting I sign my name at the bottom. And there we have it, folks, the finished product. I feel like it was a really successful duplication of what I had created before, but as an artist now versus back then. Oh, and I missed the part where I painted little birds in the sky, but it was such a little delicate touch that I absolutely love and appreciate. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today in this video, and join me next time for the next piece that I work on. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing.